What message do you have to Prince fans?
Just keep saying prayers for everyone, for the family. Yeah.
There was no sign of this. This is just...
You know, everyone gets sick once in a while. We don't know. We're going to find.
Sheila, hold on to your wigs because what we're about to spill is pure celebrity chaos. Sheila E, yes, the iconic drummer and Prince's sole confidant, has just unleashed a truth bomb that might shake the industry to its core. Word is, she was the last person Prince ever confided in, and baby, what he told her? It was not just about music rights or shady label deals. Allegedly, Prince was trying to warn us, not about some minor contract drama. Oh no, we're talking full-blown rituals, manipulation, and eerie exploitation behind the curtains of the entertainment world. And guess whose name is being whispered in these dark corners again? That's right, Diddy. Coincidence? Fans say absolutely not. The question everyone's asking is, did Prince know something so big it got him silenced?
Hear anything about who found him, how he was found, or the 911 call or anything like that?
Yes.
Yeah?
And I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here to get to the bottom of it, though, it sounds like.
We pretty much know what's going on, but you know, all we want to do is just talk about the man, the musician.
Now, after years of silence, Sheila E is allegedly ready to tell it all. And y'all, her words are leaving people shook. Sources say she believes Prince was trying to shield the world from a darkness we weren't even prepared to face. Let's rewind. Back in 1977, Sheila met Prince while performing with her father. By 1984, she had signed with Warner Brothers and dropped her debut solo album, The Glamorous Life, co-written and performed with Prince. That same year, she hit the stage as the opening act for Prince's legendary Purple Rain tour. And from that moment, their connection was fire. She joined Prince's label, Paisley Park, and became his musical right hand on tours like Sign o' the Times and Love Sexy. They weren't just collaborators, they were history in the making. They worked side by side throughout the 80s, crafting some of the most iconic moments in pop music. Sheila was everywhere, Prince was. The concert films, the Brit Awards, and even a reunion tour in 2007. But here's the tea. Their bond wasn't just musical. Nope. Behind those glittery performances was something deeper, something fans still whisper about like it's forbidden gospel.
First Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in.
And get this, during a jaw-dropping live performance, Prince locked eyes with Sheila from across the stage and mouthed two words that sent hearts fluttering: "Marry me." This wasn't a bit, folks. It wasn't rehearsed or scripted. It was raw, real, and had everyone in the room gasping. Rumors swirled that they even got secretly engaged. But in the end, that wedding never happened. Now, some say Prince and Sheila hadn't spoken for 5 years before his passing in 2016, apparently because she spilled tea in her autobiography, The Beat of My Own Drum. But baby, insiders are whispering something very different. They say the two had actually reconnected. And during that time, Prince dropped bombshells about what was really happening in the industry. And yes, Diddy's name came up. Prince had never been quiet about shady puppeteers in the music game, those who sucked the life and art from creatives and locked them in chains with contracts. Was Diddy one of those figures? That's what many are starting to believe. Remember, Prince was a loud, proud advocate for artistic freedom and ownership. He refused to be silenced. Let's talk history. Prince signed to Warner Music in 1977 when he was just 18. His first few albums didn't exactly blow up the charts, but Warner kept him because the man was a musical prodigy and they knew it. By 1982, with MTV on the rise, Prince made it to the top 10, becoming a revolutionary in music video storytelling and self-made image building. Then came Paisley Park Records, his own label, but still under Warner's umbrella. Sounded like freedom, right? Wrong. Warner kept a tight grip and Prince called them out. He exposed how they were profiting off his genius while restricting him. Here's the twist. The same Warner Brothers squeezing Prince? They had a shiny deal with Diddy, too. Yep, Warner had a 50% stake in Bad Boy Records, overseeing everything from marketing to distribution. That's big. Think Mace, Mario Winans, Big E, all under that label. And Diddy bragged, calling Bad Boy a fortress of longevity. But now people are asking, was it built on the backs of others?
December 31st, 1999. My publishing contract with Warner Chappell expired. thus emancipating the name I was given before birth, Prince, from all long-term restrictive.
And that's when it gets disturbingly familiar. The same way Prince said he was treated, that's how insiders now say Diddy was running Bad Boy Records. Take Lil Jerome, for example. When asked if leaving was his choice, he said, hell no. It was burnout, breakdown, and pressure. He had 13 tracks ready for release, and suddenly, poof, gone. Diddy dropped it all like it meant nothing. Or look at Carl Thomas. His brother passed away, and just a week later, Diddy was calling him, ready to throw him back into the studio. Zero empathy, just business. And Biggie? His former bodyguard, Gene Deal, said Biggie was about to leave Bad Boy for a better deal before he died. After Biggie's tragic death, Diddy was reportedly obsessed with album sales, pushing Life After Death to chart. No mourning, no soul, just number one, number one, number one. Then came the headlines about Diddy generously offering old Bad Boy artists their publishing rights back, but Aubrey O'Day saw straight through it. She said she'd read that contract that had strings attached. Other artists too, all getting calls, all left wondering, what's the catch? Fans are convinced this wasn't charity. This was Diddy trying to clean his name before the real dirt came out. And guess what? Sources say Prince had clocked this pattern years ago. He saw it all, and if he shared even a fraction of it with Sheila E, well, it's no wonder she's finally speaking up now. Because the truth Prince died with, it might finally be catching up to those who tried to bury it. Prince reportedly saw the ugliest corners of the industry before it became a trending topic. He warned about exploitation, stolen art, and a rigged system. He didn't mince words. He called it modern-day slavery. He accused labels of stealing not just rights, but legacies. And according to some insiders, he was ready to name names. Sheila E had always spoken with grace about Prince, but lately, she's been dropping subtle hints. She's mentioned the emotional burden Prince carried. Sources whisper he confided in her not just about personal demons, but about what he saw coming for the entire industry. Prince wasn't just defending his masters. He was about to expose an empire built on silence. As Diddy's name keeps popping up in legal mess after legal mess, people are suddenly circling back to Prince's warnings. The industry isn't just whispering anymore, it's screaming. And the question that's starting to haunt everyone is, did Prince know about the same people now facing lawsuits, and was he silenced before he could tell us all? What makes this even more chilling is the rumor that Prince had actual receipts. We're talking recorded conversations, handwritten notes, even tapes that allegedly detailed the kind of pressure Prince was under, not just from record labels, but from powerful individuals who absolutely did not want their secrets coming to light. This wasn't just about business. This was personal, dangerous. And now people are asking if that pressure is what ultimately pushed Prince toward his tragic end. Because those who were closest to him say Prince wasn't just trying to survive, he was trying to shatter the system.
There are reports that say that the landing last week was a treatment for some sort of drug overdose, whether prescription or illicit. Did you ever have any signs of drug use? Did you ever see any signs of drug use with him lately that would end up in something like this?
No.
Sources say Prince could see it coming, how younger artists were being lured in with glittering promises, only to be left broke, manipulated, and sometimes forgotten. And decades later, that exact scenario is being echoed by former Bad Boy artists, many of whom have finally found the courage to speak. And honey, they are not holding back. They're naming names, they're saying their money disappeared, their publishing was stolen, and their voices were silent, whether by fear, pressure, or total industry blacklisting, they were shut down. Meanwhile, Diddy's out here trying to play it cool, posting selfies, pretending nothing's happening, and quietly offering back publishing rights like it's some grand act of generosity. But the public? They're not buying it, because what these artists are saying behind the scenes completely destroys that narrative. Some sources say this is just the beginning, that there are even more names to be revealed, that what we've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg, and if Sheila E is finally starting to speak out about what Prince confided in her, then buckle up, because this industry's dirty laundry might finally be spilling out for everyone to see. People forget Prince wasn't just a performer. He was a warrior, a rebel, and when he called out the music industry as a plantation system in disguise, he wasn't exaggerating. He saw how artists were exploited, how their voices were manufactured, and how their value was stripped down to numbers on a chart. And now, as Diddy's legacy is questioned in courtrooms and podcasts and breaking headlines, it's all starting to line up with what Prince was warning about. People are connecting dots that were ignored for far too long. And here's the part that really gives people goosebumps. Prince, in the days before his death, was acting strange, cryptic, almost like he knew something was coming. He posted a now deleted photo of himself with the bone-chilling caption just when you thought you were safe. That's not something you just say. That's a warning at what would become his final public appearance, a low-key gathering at Paisley Park. After reports that he'd received medical treatment, Prince stood in front of the crowd and reportedly said something absolutely eerie. Wait a few days before you waste any prayers. Read that again. Wait a few days before you waste any prayers. Who says something like that unless they know something we don't? And then, days later, Prince was gone. Found unresponsive in an elevator at his estate in Minnesota. The official word? An accidental overdose. Fentanyl hidden in fake Vicodin pills, but y'all, does that make any sense? Sheila E. herself never bought that story. Not for 1 second. She knew Prince, intimately, professionally, spiritually, and if there's one thing everyone agreed on, it was that Prince was painfully health conscious. He didn't drink, he didn't do street drugs. He was meticulous about his body, about his performance, about everything. So the idea that he just accidentally popped a fake Vicodin and died? Sheila E. has flat out said it. It doesn't add up. And now, years later, with the industry under a magnifying glass and Diddy's empire crumbling piece by piece, people are starting to whisper again. Did Prince get too close to something? Was he about to expose the kind of secrets that could have taken multiple careers, maybe even lives down with him? And now that Sheila E. is starting to let pieces of the puzzle slip, everyone's watching, everyone's listening, because if what Prince told her was even half as explosive as what fans are speculating, it might explain everything: the silence, the rumors, the cryptic posts, even his sudden death. We might never know the full truth, or maybe, just maybe, we're about to. Because here's what people can't ignore anymore. The silence is breaking. The wall that protected the industry's darkest corners, it's cracking. Sheila E. isn't shouting yet, but she doesn't have to. Every little thing she says now carries the weight of something monumental. And it's not just about Diddy anymore. It's about the whole rotting foundation under the glam and glitz, the contracts, the manipulation, the legacy stolen in the name of profit, the kids who wanted to make music and instead got trapped in a machine. Prince saw it. He fought it. And when it became too big for one man to take down alone, he did what he could. He started to warn us. And now, all these years later, Sheila E. might be the one to finish what Prince started. So we ask again, was Prince's death really just an accident? Or did he know too much? Did Diddy have more to hide than we ever imagined? And if Sheila E. decides to let it all out, will the industry even survive the fallout? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell, because the truth, it's coming. And when it hits, it's going to hit hard.